A month ago, I was sitting on a call with the vice president of marketing and sales, waiting to hear my name, but it never came. And 9 months before that, I came back from my maternity leave. I joined absolutely new team. I had new tasks. I was responsible for product launches and go-to-market campaigns, and this field was rather new to me. And I had to adjust to the new team, to get to know them, to get to know the stakeholders I'll be working with, to get to know everything. On top of that, I'm a mom. My baby just started kindergarten, so there was a lot on my plate. And I'm not saying that for sympathy, I'm saying that because that's the backdrop of what's coming next. I was not coasting, I was building something. At the start of the year, my team lead and I sat together to do a routine common exercise that I think all companies are doing today, setting career goals and objectives for the coming year. I was quite clear in what I want to achieve. I said that I want to move to senior roles, and specifically, I'd like to be a team lead. And I asked her how she moved into this position. And I knew the story a little bit behind, but I was very curious how to grow to that position because I do enjoy managing people and I see myself as a people lead. Yeah, she told me how it was, and we put that down into my growth plan for the coming year. That was also funny because I asked for a few trainings, but she said no, the company does not give you such trainings unless you are a team lead. So it's like a vicious circle. You cannot get the training while you're not a team lead, so you can only get training if you are a team lead. Whatever. On top of that, given that no trainings are available for non-leadership positions, we decided that I will mentor a colleague, a junior colleague who wants also to move into her career ladder and who has interest in marketing. So she was working in marketing for some time and she knows very well the product. That was the lack of knowledge I had at that time. And we thought, okay, it might be a very nice match. I will teach her campaigns, management channels, and she will tell me more about the product. So it was like a perfect synergy and a perfect combination. And the plan in my head sounded perfect. I'm not only voicing out what I want, I'm also having someone I can mentor, and I do love when people around me grow, so I thought it's like, wow, super great opportunity. A few months into this, my team lead told me that she's pregnant and that she will be leaving company soon, and most likely our vice president will be looking for a new team lead. And it clicked in my head. I remember exactly where I was sitting when she told me that. Because in my head, I didn't need to build a new case. I already had it. We did it a few months ago. And this part is actually very important, and I want to be here very precise. I specifically told her that I would like to grow into team leadership role, that this is how I see myself in the company, and that I would love to be her interim if she feels okay about that, given that I know already the team and all the tasks. So it was not something that I was withholding, I already said that clearly, specifically, and as precise as I could. And whenever she was mentioning that our vice president is going to look for interim replacement, all these puzzles were already connected in my head. It was so obvious to me who is going to be next team lead. Then the day X came. I had a call with our vice president. I was hoping to hear a particular name. He told me, I have a few candidates in my mind, and I was like, yeah. What do you think about these people? And he started naming a few people, and I didn't hear my name. My name was not on his radar. And I must say that really shocked me, and I thought, okay, wow, it means that my team leader, a person who is supposed to do advocacy for me, the person who I trusted with my career objectives, the person who was around and knew what I was doing, she knew that I was mentoring a colleague. So all of that doesn't end up into me even being named by a VP, which made me extremely frustrated and sad at the same time. I must say I still don't understand why that happened. I've been thinking about this quite a lot. In my head, I did everything I could. I was open. I shared my ambition. And that was always actually a big problem for me because I always thought that my work will speak for itself, that people will notice how that I'm a great expert in how much work I'm doing. But apparently, that's not enough. And someone told me, okay, you have to voice out what you want. So if you want to move to senior leadership positions, you have to say it. And I did. I took extra work to mentor a colleague. And honestly, I don't think there are many companies who are paying even for this extra work. I'm still digesting this information, honestly speaking. What also strikes me is that telling what you want and being advocated for, these are two separate things. I don't have a lesson to hand you here. I think speak up more doesn't work. At least it didn't work in my case. Probably there are some other things that affect such decisions, not only advocacy. I think there is something quieter and less fixable than that. Sometimes people who know what you want, they just don't bring it forward for you. They don't advocate for you. They just don't advocate for their employees enough. And there is no version of you being more open that guarantees they will. I've been thinking a lot about the system that exists around all these promotions. I think there is a lot of politics related to such decisions. You might not need to be the brightest, you might not need to be the smartest, the most hardworking person in the room. Even if you speak up, you see, like in my case, it doesn't guarantee you anything. Well, I'm noticing sometimes that if you are a great speaker, if you can talk nonstop and use all these buzzwords like synergy, I don't know, team or spirit, dream team, whatever, apparently that works for senior management better than any of your results. I don't want that to be that way, and I don't want to think that that's the world we're living. Sometimes maybe it's just meant to be that way. Perhaps there's something better waiting for me. If you had similar situations and if you faced these challenges of wanting more from your career and knowing that you can do more, how have you proceeded? What were your steps? I'd like to hear your stories. Okay, thank you. Bye.